Hi, Gemini Cancer. Welcome to your timeless love message. I hope that this reading and this live finds you in the highest vibration possible. And I thank you guys so much for being here, okay? We are using a new beginning oracle deck. This is the second edition of the Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle by Queen Sugar Tarot. Boy, sorry, it's still new, so it has not been broken in, but we are going to break this deck in for these next 2 weeks, okay? And then I think eventually I'm going to add it in with the first edition, and that'll just be our primary love oracle here for these love messages. Gemini Cancer, why do I feel like I did not call you Gemini Cancer in the beginning? I hope I did. Okay, I just had like a big, almost just like a big restart in my mind. Okay. Interesting. Gemini Cancer, you might be finding it hard to remember something, or maybe there's something about your memory regarding a situation that might be missing pieces or missing some aspects of the story or missing key factors that might have been at play. It's like something about how your mind, or maybe how the mind of someone connected to this situation, rethinks or thinks back on something. It's not like an accurate recall or record of what actually happened. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, love energy here for Gemini Cancer. I'm just going to try to do a quick channeling while I pre-shuffle. And then we'll get grounded. We'll offer up our gratitude here, Gemini Cancer. And we'll see what you guys got going on, okay, as you guys trickle in. What's going on here for Gemini Cancer? Yeah, I just get this energy of someone trying to think back on something or recall something. Maybe this is a situation where there's maybe some communication about like a past event here, Gemini Cancer, and the details of the story are fuzzy, and or how it's being portrayed isn't truthful. Like it isn't accurate. Something about that. Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy in my heart chakra as well. Maybe you guys need to work through some heart chakra energy here when it comes to love. Or maybe there could be a block on your heart chakra which could somehow connect to either you not seeing or being able to kind of remember bits and pieces of a certain situation, maybe even like a past relationship. That might be important here. Almost kind of like, you know, how when we go through trauma, we can kind of blank out or black out on a lot of things that have happened, right? Or past memories. It's almost like they just get deleted. Something like that. Okay, that's really, really interesting here. Something about maybe you want to delete past memories here, Gemini Cancer. Maybe you're like, you know what, I wish I could delete those past relationships or just the things that I've experienced in love out of my head, and it wouldn't be something that my mind calls upon as memory. Like some of you maybe just want to like erase the memory of something. Wish you could forget something or someone. Or someone's wishing they could forget you here, Gemini Cancer. All right. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get grounded. Okay, I'm going to sound my singing bowl one time. We're going to let that sound travel once it dissipates. We'll see what you guys got going on when it comes to love here. Where did my... Oh, of course. Of course. Where did it go? Wait, what? Hold on, y'all. strange. How would that just kind of pop up missing? Okay. Okay, well, I have just as quickly somehow misplaced my mallet. Alrighty. Luckily, I have a backup one, but here we go. Almighty Creator, my ascended ancestors, and all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me and with the Gemini-Cancer Cusp Collective of Energy here on YouTube and my soul tribe that may tune into this reading. Thank you for clear and concise messages here regarding Gemini-Cancer love energy. What do they most importantly need to be aware of when it comes to love? We thank you so much for that guidance, your grace, your mercy, your love and protection. We love you, and so it is. All right, I apologize. That was a lot louder than I was anticipating, but that's not the mallet I normally use. I literally just had it in my lap, and, like, it's gone. So that's weird, too. Okay. Gemini Cancer, what's happening? Yeah, it's like a mental fog or like a memory lapse. Someone either thinks something was one thing and it really wasn't. Maybe that's what you're dealing with somebody here, Gemini Cancer. Like somebody thought there was a connection here or there was some sort of energy between you and them, and it's like, no, that really wasn't what it was. So let's just see. Tell me more, Divine. Love messages here for Gemini Cancer. Thank you. Love messages for Gemini Cancer. Okay, happily ever after. It's nothing like finally having your happily ever after. You deserve it. True love doesn't only exist in fairy tales. Look at that. True love doesn't only exist in fairy tales. It's here. Right here. Fairy tales. That's what I'm saying. It's like some sort of fantasy here. Tell me more, Divine, before I even keep going. Tell me more. Okay. Friends with benefits. Oh, all right. A little spicy here. Someone may be interested in an intimate connection with no strings attached. Be prepared for all that may be in store. Yeah, so that's maybe how this whole situation between you and this person started. Maybe you guys were just friends with benefits. Hook up with each other every now and again, or however often. I don't know, Gemini Cancer, but it's like no strings attached. I think that's like, I almost feel like the friends with benefits was the reality of the situation, but the happily ever after is where that like memory lapse, like someone's just not remembering that it was really like a friends with benefits, or like that was the agreement, or that's where you guys kind of settled, but someone's maybe making it out to be like a happily ever after. Tell me more for Gemini Cancer. What else? One more love message here for Gemini Cancer. Thank you so much, Siobhan. More love message for Gemini Cancer. One more love message here for Gemini Cancer. Okay, something wants to come out. Tell me more about happily ever after and friends with benefits for Gemini Cancer. Thank you. Physical touch. Okay. Small physical gestures such as a hug, kiss, holding hands, and intimacy are great examples. This may be your or your person's love language. Okay, I kind of maybe get what's happening here. Some of y'all might have been a part of a friends with benefits situation, okay, where really it was just this need or this desire, right, or this love language of wanting to be touched, right? I want someone to hold me. I want to hold someone. I need my physical needs met. I'm comfortable with you, you're comfortable with me. Let's just take that extra step, but no strings attached, right? I just want the physical touch. Like, so that's what I feel. It's like someone just really wanted the physical aspect of something, but someone maybe made out to be more of like a happily ever after, like the fairy tale type of thing. Yeah, be prepared for all that may be in store. And I think what has happened here, for whoever this is going to resonate for, is you might have started off being like, okay, yeah, friends with benefits, and then someone catches feelings. Deeper feelings, someone falls in love, or what they think love might be, right? Falls in infatuation, whatever. I feel like, and then starts to think of the happily ever after and kind of blanks out on the fact that this was actually just a mutual agreement to be friends with benefits because of the desire for physical touch or the need for it, right? I keep hearing comfortable. I just think this was a situation where you both were comfortable with one another like that. And then it just kind of maybe sprang into this friends with benefits. So maybe there wasn't a verbal, hey, this is a friends with benefits, no strings attached situation. Maybe that was never communicated, which might have left a little bit of room for the fairy tale kind of happily ever after type of vibe to come through for someone. And or this could just be two people feeling each other. One person wanting friends with benefits, the other person looking for a happily ever after. You know what I mean? But then no communication around the expectations here. I just think it was physical touch. It's what felt right or felt good in the moment. But I think it's two people coming at that energy with different expectations of how this is going to play out. Someone is coming through with the happily ever after, like I want this to be my happily ever after. I'm allowing myself to catch feel, you know what I mean? Like I'm allowing myself to kind of get emotionally attached. The other person is like, no, this was just like a physical thing. I thought we were on the same page. So clearly you might not have been, or somebody wasn't on the same page as you regarding what this whole connection was about or why you both were connecting in that way or experiencing intimacy with one another in that way. It could even be, this might have been like a friend here, Gemini Cancer, that just like, I don't know, maybe I just feel that. It's like it might be normal to hug this person, or you guys might normally cuddle, but it's like a platonic cuddle. It's not like a sexual one or a romantic one, and then it kind of like turns into that all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Or maybe it just, this person held you at the right moment when you were vulnerable, or you held them when they were vulnerable, and then it just kind of started this whole snowball effect of, okay, yeah, you're both open to taking their relationship or the connection there, but the rules and parameters weren't set prior to the physical touch taking it, you know what I mean, prior to experiencing that with one another, which is maybe why it's like the brain fog. It's like, oh, I don't remember us saying that this was happily ever after, and then the other person's like, well, I don't really remember us saying this was just friends with benefits, so what is it? Okay, now, all right, bottom of the deck energy here. With all this energy out, what might be the highest outcome or the highest situation, or overall, what does Gemini Cancer need to know about this situation? Divine with the bottom of the deck. Oh, tough conversations. Yeah. Yep. Conversations are essential. To rebuild or maintain a relationship, we need to have those tough conversations. It may not be what we always want to do, but we need to do. Yeah. This isn't necessarily about your wants or this person's wants. This is necessary. You both need to have this conversation. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, Gemini Cancer. Let's get this organized. And then we will dig a little deeper with the tarot, okay? Okay. I don't know why I feel like music should be playing in the background. Maybe some of you guys are listening to music while you're watching this. It's like I faintly hear it in the background. That's interesting. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more about happily ever after, friends with benefits, and physical touch in these tough conversations for Gemini Cancer. Yeah, I just get that. Yeah. Expectations weren't really communicated, and or no one really stated the rules around this physical touch or around experiencing each other in that energy. So yeah, it's just time to talk that out. Gemini Cancer, you might want to watch the Sagittarius Capricorn reading, as Sagittarius and Capricorn are your 7th house energies and partnerships, okay, because you might get the other side of this. All right, but tell me more, or you might get more messages. Let me know. What's this happily ever after? So who's in this happily ever after perspective of this connection? Who's wanting the happily ever after? Gemini. Ooh, Taurus, Gemini. I just called you Taurus, Gemini. You might be dealing with a Taurus. You might be dealing with a Taurus or somebody who has strong Taurus in their chart here, okay? Yeah. 6 of Swords. Air energy. You could be dealing with another air sign too, but again, that 10 of Swords is Gemini energy, so it feels like Gemini Cancer, you might be the one who is hoping for a happily ever after, or allowing yourself to get emotionally attached to this person after experiencing some form of intimacy physically with them. Oh, goodness. This is still too far over. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Tell me more about this happily ever after, okay? Yeah. Yeah. The Lovers. Gemini energy. So it looks like Gemini Cancer, you might have thought you found a soulmate. You might have thought that this could be the one for you, the person for you. And unfortunately, it does feel like you might have to mentally move on from this person. Yeah, because here's the Tower moment. You might have to mentally move on from this person because it wasn't what you thought it was, or you guys weren't on the same page here. It looks like you were feeling this soulmate energy. This person was just more or less looking for friends with benefits. So the Tower has to come, right? It has to crumble. Because you can't stay in the energy or stay in this situation with mismatched expectations of one another. Yeah. Two of Swords. Okay, you could be dealing with the Libra. Someone who has a moon in Libra, maybe. And maybe the reason why this wasn't clearly communicated, because maybe this person was kind of like, yeah, Ace of Cups, just wanted to flip out. Maybe this person was a little confused themselves. Like, originally, yeah, maybe they went into it, and maybe you both, right? Let's just keep it fair here, right? Maybe you both went into this like, yeah, no strings attached. This is just going to be about physical touch. That is it, okay? And then someone maybe just fell. And I mean, it happens. It happens, right? Then Gemini Cancer might have found themselves imagining a future with this person and really feeling like, yo, like I really connect with them. This really could be the one for me. While it looks like this other person might have been a little on the fence about it, or just not making a clear-cut decision or indecisive around, is this actual love, or are we just running off the fumes of physical energy with one another, right? Because this could be somebody who does have a lot of love for you, Gemini Cancer. Like, I don't feel like this was like a, I'm playing games with Gemini Cancer, ha 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 ha. No, I really do feel like this person has love for you, like genuine love for you. I just don't know that they were looking so far ahead as far as building a future here, like a happily ever after. This person might not even believe in a happily ever after, right? So that's where I feel like the Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles comes in with this Ace of Cups. Yeah, I have this love for Gemini Cancer, but can I really see a future? Am I even really ready for that? Is that even something that I want? I'm in the Two of Swords. I don't really know. Or I can't really discern that right now. Queen of Cups, yeah. There's that Cancer energy. Okay, and yeah, maybe this, like I said, I feel like you either took this friendship to that level at a very vulnerable time, maybe, Gemini Cancer, okay? Maybe you felt like that. I don't think this person took advantage of you. No, I think it was like mutual consent of like, okay, yeah, let's see what that might be like with one another, right? But again, it's out of a need, out of self-care. It's what the Queen of Cups said. Like, I just needed a hug. Like, it just, that hug felt so good. Maybe then you started making out. Then one thing led to another. Next thing you know, this is kind of like a thing, right? Because that's one thing. Once you take it there, it's going to be hard to not. You know, I mean, I don't know, Gemini Cancer, depending on how fulfilling it was. You know, I'll leave that there, but you tell me. Yeah, the World card. Okay, so I think if there's anything to take away from this situation, Gemini Cancer, is to learn more about yourself. Learn more about what you need. You got the Emperor here. Yeah, it does look like this person maybe was really good at like taking control and or kind of like leading the way. What do I mean by that? This would be a situation here, Gemini Cancer, where this person just kind of knew, like, okay, because this talks a lot about love language here. This person was either able to understand that that was your love language as the Queen of Cups. Like, they need physical touch, they need affection, and that's something that they freely gave. Because again, there is an Ace of Cups here. I really do feel like this person genuinely cares for you. I don't think this was like malicious in any way. And it might feel like that, Gemini Cancer, once this Tower moment comes where you realize, oh, they were really serious about keeping it as a no strings attached type of thing. And you had maybe let up on that a little bit, or kind of maybe that's what you kind of forgot, or had a little bit of like a memory lapse. Like, oh, wait, I forgot that that's exactly how this whole thing started. Okay. But the Queen of Cups, the World, and the Emperor would say, yeah, I think that this person has a lot of energy that you like. I think that they show affection in the way that you like. However they go about it, it just fits what you need here, Gemini Cancer. But that's what I maybe feel like you would take away from this, right? Because the Tower is here, so this will somewhat dissipate. And again, you have the Six of Swords, so mentally it's moving on from it. But now you kind of know what you like. Do you know what I mean? Like, the next connection you might come across, or the next time you are intimate with someone new, you might be kind of putting the feelers out there for that. You'll know exactly what turns you on, what doesn't. You know what I mean? I think this was just maybe that type of learning experience. Tell me more. Let me just get one more for this physical touch. With the World, though, yeah, I mean, Tower and the World and the Six of Swords would say, yeah, this is definitely something that's not meant to last. You got the Hierophant. Like I said, some of you might be dealing with a Taurus, or someone who has strong Taurus in their chart. This is also Aries Taurus energy for me. Again, I said Taurus Gemini by accident earlier. This could be someone who is on the Taurus Gemini cusp. Yeah, with the Hierophant and the Lovers. Taurus energy, Gemini energy. Okay. Yeah, whatever you've experienced between you and this friends with benefits situation, I do feel like there's a lot that you're going to take forward with you. A lot of knowledge around, again, what it is that you want, what it is that you like when it comes to physical touch and affection, or your love languages. Maybe this was just that situation. Now you know a little bit more about how you read when someone loves you, or how you perceive love from someone else, what feels like love from another person, what doesn't, right? But, and nonetheless, there's this tough conversation that has to happen, right? Which will cause a tower moment, Gemini Cancer. It absolutely will. Okay. I think at the end of the day, you guys do have love for one another with this Ace of Cups. And, I mean, I would never say never with this person. Just because this cycle between you, maybe just this friends with benefits cycle between y'all has come to an end, doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't a soulmate, right? Like, again, soulmates aren't always long term. Soulmates are often here to teach us things, to remind us of who we are, to point us towards the parts of ourselves that we can't see or haven't identified with yet. I feel like that's kind of the energy here. But the word, I kind of hear like this might come back around. I don't want to give anybody like false hope, but I kind of feel that this might come back around, Gemini Cancer. If you really feel like this was the Ace of Cups for you and a potential Ten of Pentacles, the energy that you're both in with one another has to dissipate because, clearly, I mean, I guess you could make a Ten of Pentacles, or you could be friends with benefits for a long time. Okay, maybe that's the situation, right? Maybe you guys were doing this for years. And it's just kind of finally like, all right, I'm either understanding now, or I kind of get that this isn't going to turn into my happily ever after. I kind of get that maybe we just connected on the physical. But again, I really do challenge you here, Gemini Cancer, for those of you that find yourself in this situation, to really see what you've learned about that physical. Like, there's no shame in this. Please don't shame yourself. There's no shame to be had here. Right? And I kind of feel like there's a chance that you and this person might walk away from one another, still friends, like still in a good space. But that all depends on this tough conversation. You know what I mean? Like, it might be like, okay, well, I was kind of hoping this was going to be happily ever after, or I kind of got emotionally attached. So I might need a little bit of time away from you so I can emotionally detach from the situation. But there is no harm, no foul, no worries, right? Like, it's not, I just don't think this is like the end of the friendship for y'all. I just think it's the end of the intimacy. Okay? Yeah. Tough conversations, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's like, and Gemini Cancer, this might even be a conversation that comes from this person, okay? It might be an earth sign. It might come from this person, or you could have strong earth in your chart. And if you feel like you're called to have this conversation, please do, right? Yeah, there's the King of Pentacles, okay? I think you both are going to be very understanding of one another. Like, even though you're on different pages, I don't think it's going to be like, ew, what? Like, you know what I mean? No, I think it's just going to be like, okay, yeah, I kind of figured that's where you were headed, or that's kind of what was happening. And I think you guys might be able to just talk it out. And again, I think you leave with still having love for this person, and this person still having love for you. And again, I don't want to get your hopes up here, Gemini Cancer. I just feel like this might come back around because it's the Ace of Cups. And again, it's like maybe there had to be some growth. There had to be some maturity or a deeper understanding of each other or yourselves before you guys can come back together. So again, but neither here nor there, right? I just feel like that could definitely be a possibility. But tell me more about these tough conversations. Hi, Sabrina. Okay, dealt with the Sagittarius, Capricorn. Yeah, for those of you where this might resonate, because we do have quite a bit of earth here. or Earth that has even tried to pop out, make sure you just watch the Sag Cap reading that I did yesterday. You might just get some additional information or clarity or confirmations there, okay? But what are these tough conversations going to look like? Or what does this tough conversation look like for Gemini Cancer? Okay, what can they expect as the outcome of this conversation with the bottom of the deck, Divine? Rarely do I get reversals. Rarely. But there you go, 4 of Wands in reverse. So yeah. I think at the end of the day, the outcome is that this might not be your forever person. This might not be your happily ever after. Okay? And I do feel like, Gemini Cancer, you are going to need to separate yourself from this person, okay? For a little while. Just until whatever emotions that have kind of attached you to them dissipates, you to work through that. And again, like I said, I don't feel like there's any love lost. I just feel like this isn't the time to commit, or this is just not who you're meant to commit to or have commitment with. It was a good learning experience, just not the happily ever after, all right? Okay, Gemini Cancer, this has been your love message, your timeless love message. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. For those of you that are my members here, the extended link for the live for the extended is posted on the community board. Go ahead and check that out. I will be over on that link shortly, and we'll dig a little deeper behind this 4 of Wands in reverse regarding these tough conversations. I'll also pull from a new deck that we have here, the Sacred Geometry of Relationships, okay? And then we will get some love notes from this person, right? From whoever you're connecting with here, just to see where their mind and their heart's at towards you and towards this situation between you. And then that will be the extended reading. So if you're interested in that and you haven't joined my channel memberships, check it out, okay? Hit that join button next to subscribe, or you can go in my description box and hit the join my channel link. It'll take you to the YouTube sign up page. Join where you absolutely feel comfortable, but in order to have access to this extended reading and all other love extended readings that I've done thus far, you would want to be a bloom or a bouquet, okay? When you sign up at either one of those tiers, you will have access to all of the content exclusively for the tiers below it. So just keep that in mind. Just for that one monthly fee, you get all 12 extended love readings. But yeah, I hope to see you over there, Gemini Cancer. But if not, no harm, no foul, no worry, no problem. As always, I'm very grateful that you guys decided to tune in and check me out here today, or whenever you do come across this reading. It is truly meant for you. Let me know what resonates or how this connects with you in the comments down below. I love to hear that from you all. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new. It'll help me pick up on your energy for these free daily readings that I do for the collective. And I will see you, Gemini Cancer, in our next one. Namaste. Oh, and thank you, Sabrina the Lover, for being here. Thank you, Kamisha. 5 months apart from a Sagittarius. Okay, yeah, definitely watch that Scorpio Sag. I haven't even done them yet in love. Definitely watch the Sagittarius Capricorn reading, and then maybe, Kamisha, you would want to tune in for the Scorp Sag love message that I'll do either later on this week or next week. All right, but I hope to see you all in the next live. Thank you guys again for being here. Namaste.